We got Caden Veltcamp and Mike Mathison. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions.
Mike, big night for you, first, second, and third touchdowns of the year. Kind of tell me, what's going through your head every touchdown.
Honestly, just trying to make the most of every opportunity I'm getting out there. Just being kind of limited just because of coming back from injury and all that. So, just trying to take it in and make the most of every play.
Yeah, it seems like they've been kind of trying to work you in slowly into the offense and getting you some touches here and there, but this was the most consistent. Were you just feeling better this week, or what's going on?
I've honestly been feeling the same. It's just a good opportunity for me today to make some plays, get some touches.
4-4 on fourth downs, 5 of 6 in the red zone for the offense. How do you feel like it came off of bye week, really more than a bye week, to put up 44 points tonight?
It was all right. We came out in the second half and said, we need to clean some things up. We played a little sloppy in the first half. I know we put up 30 points, but the defense set us up with a pick, and there were a couple times in the red zone where we didn't execute, and that was a point of emphasis for us this week. So we need to be better in that area again next week because we're going to have to score points because Sam Houston's got a good team.
Just wondering kind of how you're settling into this role as starter too. I mean, the way that things started out for you with a bowl game and then the MTSU game, just kind of video game numbers those first two extended times out. Things haven't been quite the same since you've been starting. How are you dealing with some of the occasional disappointments and bad plays? Have you learned that to kind of shake that off and go out there, or are you still dealing with that?
Yeah, that's part of playing quarterback. Not everything's going to be a 500-yard day and 6 touchdowns. But I think we've played well as a team the last few weeks. But there's definitely some things that I need to clean up personally. I've been a little reckless with the ball the last couple weeks, and I can't have turnovers if we want to beat Sam Houston.
I asked Dallas and Upton both, what was it like playing with those helmets and those long red uniforms tonight?
It was cool. It's just another helmet for us. It doesn't really matter. But they were cool, and the fans liked it, and I think the U.S. liked it. So, they were cool. The all red was nice.
How big was DeMarco's interception early in this game that set up your first touchdown, I believe?
Yeah, it was huge. I had just thrown a pick, so for the defense to get it right back and put us on the 11-yard line, it makes it real easy when you got to go 11 yards.
Mike, for you, what's it like being in a receiver room that's got so many talented pieces? Is it just be there when your name's called, or what's that like?
You always got to be ready to have your name called. I think we have a really deep receiver room, so we got a bunch of guys that can make plays. So it's not like 1 or 2 people have to make a play. We have multiple guys that can go out there and make a play any given night. So it's a plus.
I thought you guys had a really impressive drive after they cut it to 10, after they hit the field goal. You hit Easton on a 56-yarder that almost went for a touchdown. Then you made a nice move. Would you call that a curl route or a spin, or what was that on the touchdown catch?
It was an out route, 5-yard out route, and I just spin back inside.
You just spun off your defender.
Yes.
Just kind of tell me about that drive. First, the pass to Easton.
Yeah, it was a good drive. The offensive line did a good job in protection on that play specifically. The route took a little longer to develop, so they had to hold up for a little longer than normal. But Easton did a nice job. I thought he scored, but then we came back. I don't remember where we ran after that, but then the play to Mike, they were just in man, so Mike just had to go win and then make one guy miss, and he was going to get an end zone. Mike did a nice job in that.
You got 6 days to your next game. Another midweek game. What is it like playing in the middle of the week as opposed to the weekend for you guys?
It's a little weird, but the schedule adjusts, and it's still a normal week for us. We just push everything back, and it still ends up being a regular week. But it's a quick turnaround this week, so we got to do some recovery as a team. Everybody's got to get their body back to 100%, and we got to do some film study because these guys are good.
What did you think of Lucas's night?
He was awesome. He's my old roommate, so I'm always really proud when he makes his kicks, and I wish they were touchdowns and he was just kicking extra points, but he did a nice job. And anytime we cross the 50, we're in his range. So we know that if we can just get him in range, he's pretty automatic. Knock on wood.
Kid, you're not reluctant to run the ball in big plays and big situations. Tonight you didn't have a receiver and you didn't waste any time. You know, running the ball for the first down, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to run the ball, you know, I'm going to do it. If they ask me to do it, I'm going to run. So there was a couple of times where I converted on some big downs, but you know, that's a testament to the line holding up too, because I'm scanning, looking, and then I'm holding on to the ball forever before I actually run. So the line did a really nice job. I'm really proud of those boys up front. But there were a couple of times where we ran some read plays where I probably needed to pull it a couple more times than I did.
Still unbeaten at home?
Yep.
You think
Always
that's
like that.
Yeah. Is
Always
that
like
a
that.
streak you guys think you can continue throughout the year?
I hope so. We better. We love playing at home and in front of our fans, and it's always good to get wins in front of them. So.
You had a big first touchdown to Dalvin there at the beginning of the game. As a veteran receiver, has he kind of like helped you settle into like this like starting quarterback spot, kind of been there?
Yeah, I mean, Dalvin's my guy, and he's from this area, so you know, we've known each other for a while, and he's a heck of a player, and I was glad he finally got an end zone. It's taken him a couple weeks, or so, I think since the EKU game, and I really haven't gotten him the ball enough, to be honest. He needs to get more touches, but he made a nice play on the first one. On the pick, he should have had another touchdown, and then we had the other fade on the other end that he almost caught. But he had a good night. We need to find more ways to get him the ball because he's a special player too.
Anything else for these guys? Thanks, guys.